Hey there, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New Hampshire and New England brews. Here to review another New Hampshire brew. This one is the Woodstock Inn Kanc Country Maple Porter. I figured it was an appropriate one to review right now. Here it is, middle of March. Winter is soon becoming a distant memory. Spring is right around the corner, and the maple sap is flowing all over New Hampshire. One of my favorite times of year when the snow is going away and the sap is flowing and you get to try out that really tasty maple syrup. I love pure maple syrup much better than the kind of stuff you might buy at the grocery store, like the Mrs. Butterworth or Log Cabin or any of those type of fake maple syrups you can buy. The pure stuff, number one. And so this particular porter is brewed. It's a malt beverage brewed with maple syrup right here in New Hampshire. Comes with a 5.6% ABV. It's a seasonal brew, and it's one I had last year. I'm looking forward to trying the 2010 version. So I'm going to be getting right into that in just a moment. There is a bit of a, on the back side, it does have a little message. It says, Kanc Country Maple Porter brings together the award-winning Woodstock Inn Brewery and 7 generations of J.H. Fadden's maple syrup expertise. The collaboration of the Woodstock Inn Brewery and Fadden's Sugar House has produced a dark, full-bodied porter with unique maple flavor. Black patent malts character shows through in the beginning with a silky smooth finish and close to 6% alcohol volume. This is a porter to be celebrated. Cheers. I bought this at Bert's Better Beers in Hooksett, New Hampshire, so it has a gold top, and it has the Bert's price tag on there, $4.65, so you know how much I paid for this 22-ounce bound bomber. So I'm going to pop it open and try it and see what we have this year. Yep, let's see what we have here. Here's my trusty opener. Let's pop the top off and see what we have. Well, there's a nice little bit of smoke coming in here, which is kind of nice, as usual. And I'm going to give it a pour right off the bat here. The pour is coming in at a very nice maple syrup color, grade B, I'd call it. Grade B seasonal maple syrup. It's kind of a very handsome looking, I'd say a ruby brown, almost hues of ruby in there. And we have here about a finger or so of nice creamy, sort of silky, off-white to sort of beige-colored head on this particular brew. All right, what else? I'm going to give it a whiff. Okay, I notice a bit of aroma here that's kind of earthy and maybe roasty. The maple is there. It's not really strong. I mean, it's subtle. You do know that there is some maple in the aroma and that there's some maple in the beer as advertised. So for a maple porter, I mean, yeah, there it is. But it's not as if it's all you're going to taste. Some people think the idea of mixing maple syrup with beer might be a little bit unsettling, but it's very subtle in this particular aroma. All right, let me give it a taste. Ooh, it's very, very medium body. Got a lot of texture, a lot of weight on the palate. I wouldn't quite call it heavy, but I would call it medium, maybe even a little better. It's also malty, but not. That's the main flavor you notice is the malts. Sweetness. There is the maple syrup sweetness is in here as well, but it's really more the malty character that kind of describes this particular brew. You notice that I'd say it's a darker malt. They advertise it as black patent malts. So there is a sort of a dark lager kind of feel to it. If you've ever had maybe a Saranac dark lager or some of those other dark lagers that are out there, this has a bit of that in there, kind of a roasty or toasty sensation as well. The maple is there, but it's definitely not something that's going to really turn you off on the beer, especially if you don't like the idea of maple syrup being mixed into the beer. It's subtle, But maple syrup is just another form of sugar sweetener, and beers are made with sugars anyway. So this is just another way to kind of sweeten the beer. I don't notice much in the way of hops. They're there. They're kind of subtle. They're kind of mild. Bit of a slightly bitter finish, I would say, but not really strong and powerful in that regard. But I would give it a nice rating. It's a nice beer. It's unique in its way, and I think it's worth trying if you get a chance. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my beer. I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and I wish you a happy spring, and I'll catch you again next time.